How do you feel this game is going to pan out and how each team is going to play against one another?
I think the game's going to start with the Chiefs kind of underestimating how good the Eagles really are on offense. I think you're going to find I think you're going to find the Chiefs underestimate how good that Eagles defense really is. I think you're going to see the Eagles jump out to an early lead, and it could be something like 7-0, 10-0. I think that the Chiefs are going to kind of struggle to find their footing immediately. And at halftime, you're probably going to see something like a 17-7, 17-10 lead by the Eagles. And let me tell you something, Cam. As much as I want to say the Birds will continue that success into the second half, I think you're going to see Patrick Mahomes have one of those vintage Patrick Mahomes games. You're going to see him have one of those all-time great second halves, and he's going to come out and he's just going to bring the Chiefs back on his back. I think you're going to see him figure out that defense. He's already said that by watching the Eagles defense, he can tell when a linebacker opens his hip or a linebacker takes a step forward, whether it's zone or they play in the run. And if Patrick Mahomes is seeing that on video, you already know Patrick Mahomes is going to see that on the field. And when he does see that and he finally recognizes and gets into that rhythm that he's going to get into, I think you're going to see it be like a 2-3 score game by the end. You're going to see Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs raising the Lombardi trophy at the end, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, Cam, but I mean, how do you see it going? Do you see it playing out similarly to what I just said?
First of all, I want to preface this by talking to all my fellow Birds fans by just saying that I am rooting for the Eagles. I want the Eagles to win, and I will be cheering them on from start to finish. I promise. But, Steve, as we know, it is our job to provide our unbiased, cogent, and intelligent analysis. So with that being said, I do think the Eagles are going to lose. And while I do think it is going to be a good game to start, I just don't think Philly has what it takes or has enough in the tank to beat a team like this Chiefs team. So, I mean, I obviously think Saquon is going to start off with a big game like you had said. I would not be shocked either if it started off with a 7 or 10-0 lead, but I think that purely comes from Saquon Barkley. I have mentally been saying to myself, well, this has to be the game where he comes back to normal, right? Or he has to have normal stats. And it just never happens. So I am done doubting the Barkley, and I am just saying, yeah, he's probably going to have an awesome game because he's had awesome games all season. I don't think we need, or I just think we don't need, I don't think Jalen Hurts is going to do anything that we haven't already seen this whole season. I was told that he had the best game so far against the Commanders in the NFC Championship game. And while that may be true, it still did not knock me on the floor. But that we clearly don't need that to be successful or win. So I think Jalen will keep doing what he has done this entire season. And as far as the Kansas City side of things, the Eagles' defensive line has so many individual weapons and so much individual talent that I think Mahomes, like I said, with the Commanders, is going to be pressured a lot, and they're going to have a lot of quick throws. It's going to be a lot of quick action the Eagles have to then quickly react to. It's not going to be sustainable for Philly. They as in the Chiefs, if they have not scored in every single quarter this season, they have been double dipping in some of those quarters. And in a game like the Super Bowl, where you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes who is stepping up and capitalizing and elevating in these biggest moments at the biggest stages, where unfortunately right now I'm not seeing anyone like that in Philadelphia. Steve, as you had said, I think that this could very easily be a 2-score game by the end of it.
Now, hearing all of that, I have a surprise question for you.
Oh, okay.
I came up with before the show. With this start in the Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts has more Super Bowl starts than Donovan McNabb. I'm pretty sure he has the most Super Bowl starts by any Eagles quarterback ever. Probably. If Jalen Hurts wins this Super Bowl, is he the greatest Eagles quarterback of all time?
I want to instinctually say no. I don't have stats or metrics to back it up right now, but I just don't think Jalen Hurts individually has accomplished or achieved enough to claim that title. Now, again, I don't know what like other people have on their resumes for Eagles quarterbacks off the top of my head, but I can imagine they have more than Jalen Hurts besides Super Bowl starts at this point. Because again, no one really is crediting the Super Bowl runs to Jalen Hurts.
That's fair. I was just curious your opinion. I didn't know what you thought about it. I think he's definitely, if he wins, top 3 all time. I mean, just off the top of my head, I can't think of a lot of Eagles quarterbacks who have gone to the Super Bowl. So he will have done it twice now. And right, we've said that this one isn't so much about him, but last one was a little bit more about him. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But interesting thing to think about for Birds fans.
Yeah, so many conversation that will need to be had in the next 2 years, maybe, depending on the future. But yeah, for sure. So, Steve, we've obviously said that we both think the Chiefs are going to win this game and complete the three-peat. Do we have any sort of final score predictions?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be in the vicinity of maybe 42-28 or like a 35-20 type game. I'm telling you, man, I think the Eagles in the first half are going to have that big lead, but I think they might score 3 points, a touchdown in the second half, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 31-21 seems extreme. I don't think it goes past 10. I think the Eagles keep it close. So I close. I don't think it goes more than 10 points still, but I think the Eagles or the Chiefs will break 30.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 31. I'm gonna say 31-21, I guess. We'll stick it with that.
I guess we'll see.
Listen to the sound. I listen to the sound.